Welcome to the Empress Regent guard fight, one of the second boss, major boss, in Imperial City White Gold Tower. This is kind of a longer duration fight with a lot of different mechanics with 3 individual mobs that fight pretty well in a group. So, take your time. It's going to take a while to memorize some of these mechanics and get used to it. Check your food, check your charges, get ready for a long fight where you have to maintain concentration because there's 3 dudes you have to deal with. Now, I numbered them here for you in DPS order the way we do it. Number 1 is the healer. That's going to act like basically a Dragon Knight healer type of thing. Number 2 is going to be a melee Dragon Knight that uses dual wield. And number 3 is going to be a tank Dragon Knight that has extended chains. So, a lot of stuff going on. But what we like to do is isolate number 1, and then isolate number 2, and then finish number 3. It's the best way we found to do it. Okay, start the fight with a stun, as always. These guys can be stunnable. You see right there in early chains, the boss is self-healing. I'm going to show you these mechanics later. But what we do is have the tank way off on the side, and this is isolation here. You're going to have to position yourself as a healer in between so you can give resources and healing to both. First thing up, the boss is going to have a fire circle on the bottom, and they're going to charge over to the other 2 NPCs. Now, this is hard to deal with because you're going to have 3 banners or so. You're going to have AoE, you're going to have cleave, and the tank's going to need to reposition. So these are the key points. And then also the boss is going to try to heal himself. So you jump away, and the tank pulls them out because guess what? There's a healing spring circled that will heal basically everyone up in the group. Positioning and timing is key. So the tank's going to take the other 2 ads. I'm going to pop a barrier here, or one of us will. And now look at this. We got an ambush incoming. So this guy's going to jump to someone, stun him, and will kill you unless you CC break right away. It's me, CC break, dodge roll, I'm okay. Whew. Wow, it's a lot to deal with, gang. Okay, so we got this guy isolated now. He'll continue to do the same mechanics. One more is a fire line wave that shoots out in all 4 directions. You can stun this guy, so save your stuns and CC for this phase, because you can completely avoid it just like we did. Guy moves again, you know what's going to happen. So the first thing the boss likes to do is heal itself. You'll see it with the hand up, healing itself. If you don't stop that, that boss will heal to full. So someone has to charge in, or even the healer, and bash him to stop him. Whoever gets there first. It's everyone's responsibility. Now, not only you have that, you got to deal with an extended chain, as the tank will pull a target at once. You can block, dodge roll it, but I usually just block cast here to avoid that. So we're going to work on this guy isolated. I'm going to hit that synergy so my DPS don't have to hit it, and it's off their synergy key. I'm also going to grab my spear that my other Templar is throwing, nifty, because it is so stamina intensive. Look at that. 3 enemy banners. That's an AoE nightmare. And as a healer, if you see this, your tank's going to need a lot of love. So spamming them heals. So the lightning and fire line came, we interrupted it, and he's healing. Now I'm not going to risk jumping into 3 banners just to bash that. We're going to have to deal with it and try to DPS through it. The banners dissipate, now our melee goes back in, and we're going to finish him off. Transits, transit, transit. You guys can see in some of these videos, movement is vitally important, and so is stamina for every class. So, finally got that guy down. That takes a long time and a lot of concentration, but now the fight gets a little easier. You're going to have 2 people to deal with now, 1 the dual wield, 1 the tank. So what we like to do here is to split them up. It's the best thing that we found to do, which is the tank pull away the tank, sword and board, and then the DPS and the healer kind of isolate the dual wield guy and not tank him. So he'll eventually come to whoever is pulling the most threat or damage, not the tank, if you stop taunting. So everyone has to deal with pressure here. That right there will kill you if you're not blocking. So recognize the whirlwind and block if you're a melee fighter. Or if you're magic, be at a distance. Also, constantly get up resources. This is my defensive healer build since we were going for no death achievement in this run before the patch on Monday. So we're isolating him, and any off healing you can do to the group, the better, even if you're not a healer. So if you have Vigor available, Rally, anything that you can do to help heal, Purifying Light as a magic DPS, basically anything you can help, because it will be a healing challenge. And a lot of burst damage as that guy gets chained, CC break. He's going to pop his magma shell, it looks like, to survive out of it, and I'm constantly repentencing even Engine Guardian, find very useful in this fight to constantly give stamina to the group and myself. Why I go over here and get the spear, I've watched this video 10 times, I have no idea why I did that. Anyways, we're going to get this guy isolated and down, and then the rest of the fight is pretty easy. You're going to isolate the tank. The only thing that's going to kill you here is not paying attention to the banner, but you'll have 1 to deal with, not 3. So you're on way to beating this fight and getting to the next extremely, extremely hard fight. But that is the fight. It's an endurance fight. Resource management is very important. Maintaining your concentration. If you die and wipe a lot, it's okay. I died and wiped a lot too learning these fights. So continue to push forward and get it done.